Hello everyone, and I have another haul video. This one's special. It's from Ricky Umberger. If you know who that is, he does the fear footage films. So I wanted to show you some of I got a few weeks ago, he made a post on social media that he was going to be putting up copies, physical copies in his store of all of his films. I recently discovered his films. I started off with The Man with the Black Umbrella, and I'll show that right here. So The Man with the Black Umbrella, let me backtrack myself here. I was watching another YouTuber, Planet CHH, talk about this film. It was just barely going to come out. And I rented it from Amazon Prime Video, and I was very, very, very impressed with this film. So I decided to check out the other films that were on Amazon Prime Video of Ricky Umberger, which were the Fear Footage films and Project Eerie. I was really impressed with all of them. Not long after that, I saw that he had made a Facebook post that he was going to be putting up some physical copies of his films. So I jumped on it because he was saying they were going to be very limited. I don't know exactly how many copies there were of all these films, but what I can say is that I bought all 5 copies, one copy of each film, of all the 5 films, within a few minutes. And within about 7 minutes, all the Fear Footage films were sold out, and so was Project Eerie. The Man with the Black Umbrella, this one, since it's the latest one, he still had, I don't know, I think it was like 20 or 30 copies left. So I guess I'll start with this one since it's the newest one. Here's the back. Now this one has artwork. The other ones don't. They are all BDRs, and I'm just mentioning that because people might be wondering, are they pressed discs? I checked them all. They're all BDRs, and there's nothing wrong with BDRs. BDRs are absolutely fine. I've got plenty of them. Other companies like SRS Cinema and Makeflix, they do BDRs, and they're professionally done. They will last you a long time. I believe the lifespan is supposed to be at least 10 years. And I can tell you right now, I have some Warner Archive DVDs I bought years ago that still work perfectly fine. For example, The Deadly Tower, if you've ever seen that movie with Kurt Russell, where he plays Charles Whitman. That was the first movie that one of the first films, if not the first film that Kurt Russell did post Disney, that has a DVD. I bought that DVD like in 2009 or 2010 when Warner Archive still had their own website, and they were just starting out with the DVDRs. And I had seen The Deadly Tower on cable when I was a kid. So in the 90s, not back when it came out in the 70s. And I thought it was really good, so I bought it. I just saw the DVD like a year or two ago. That same DVD I have. So, I mean, just because it's a burn-on-demand disc doesn't mean that it's only going to last like a few months or a year. So, Ricky Umberger put a lot of nice extras in here. Here we have this person of interest. So, here's the Man with the Black Umbrella. So, it's like a little, I guess... It's not a missing persons poster, but I guess it's just one of those posters that you can put up, a flyer. So, and the reason I say missing persons is because there's a couple of those in the other ones. He throws in a lot of these nice little extras, and I think it's really cool. It's really cool stuff. It adds to, I guess, the viral nature of the films, and it makes it worth the money. So, because, and I'll just do a quick shot of everything. It came in this big package, and it's because of this file folder that's here. It's got some cool stuff in here. So here it says 818 Hilltop Drive. And there's a couple of pages in here. This is the first one. And this is the only one. The other two are pictures of where I don't want to spoil too much, but it's pictures of drawings of a body, when you have I guess when they do autopsies, and then they show the parts of the body where it's been stabbed. So that's because that happens. I don't want to spoil too much for anybody who doesn't see them, so that's why I'm only showing this first one right here. And it's not an actual spoiler, but I don't want to show off too much, and then maybe somebody puts in the comments, oh, you spoiled the film. So that's that. Now I'm gonna go with the Fear Footage film. So again, look at this cool stuff. This is an evidence bag. And here's the Fear Footage, the first one. So, I mean, again, it's just really, really, my hat's off to him that he did this really cool stuff. So, here it is, the Fear Footage. And I think maybe I went too fast there. There you go. So you can see it. And see, the rest of them are like this. They're just plain white disc covers. And this one, here we go, the missing person. This is the police officer that responds to the call in the film. And his body cam footage is what the film is made up of. And it's, you know, it's a really good movie. All of these are. I mean, they're well worth it. If you don't, I mean, right now he's all sold out of these physical copies. But if you rent them on Amazon Prime Video, then you'll know why these things sell so quickly, because they're just great films. So that's the first one. Here's the second one. It comes with this, and this is an actual label that's on here. It's not like just something like that he printed on the bag. No, this is an actual, I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's an actual label. So this is the second one. And I'm actually really looking forward to revisiting these films. I don't want to tear the bag. There we are. So here's the Fear Footage 2, Curse of the Tape. Here is the back. And the cool thing is too is these films don't really overstay their welcome. If you notice, they're all like around 70 something minutes. And that's awesome, because found footage, I'm a big fan of found footage films. This is the map. This is, I guess, a reproduction of the map. Hopefully we can focus there. See if we can get it to focus. There we go. So there's the bottom. And there's the top. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to revisiting them. And since these are they're so short, like this one's 75 minutes. I mean, I'm always looking forward to seeing found footage films, and I'm gonna go back to the Man with the Black Umbrella in a minute, in a few minutes once I'm done going over these, because I just wanted to touch base on something that I was really impressed with the film. But I wanted to go over the rest of these first. So this is a postcard. Like, this is an actual postcard that was placed over. This is the third one. See, you can kind of see it right there. It says the Fear Footage. You can kind of see it has a 3 right there. So this is a postcard. Now, here you go. This one, okay? This one, it's only 70 minutes right there. And like I said, he doesn't overstay his welcome with these films. And by that, I mean, he keeps things at a really brisk pace. And this one in particular really reminded me of the film Silent Hill. I'm sorry, I said the film. The video game series Silent Hill. This guy, and not spoke too much. This guy, he's called Dennis the Explorer in the film. He goes and explores like abandoned locations, like some people do, really, on YouTube. And he gets stuck there in Dark Bluff. And it's like I said, it really reminded me of the video game series Silent Hill. So, I mean, even just seeing this, it may as well say, you know, a historic Silent Hill welcomes you. And I mean, it reminded me of the video game so much. And it's a really good, it's not a total conclusion, but it kind of brings like an ending to the other two films. And he was mentioning online that he does want to do at least one more Fear Footage film. And I'm really looking forward to that, to see what he does with it. But like I said, these films are like really awesome, and he creates like his own little mythology within those 3 films. So this is, and I mean, look at this. Oops, it's upside down. Look at this. This is Project Eerie. This is the way it came, everybody. It's like, look at that. I mean, it's just awesome. None of these films were cheap either, but just the fact that he didn't just throw all 5 films into a bubble mailer, sent them to me, and was like, okay, that's it. So this is a reproduction of the document that shows up in the film. Because in the film, the kids, they find these documents. So they're all redacted. Inside is the film itself. And I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to tear this any more than it's already torn. So here's Project Eerie. This was being advertised as a director's cut. So I don't know what's different about it. So here's the inside. Here's this picture of the van. There's nothing on the back. So I wanted to go back to the man with the black umbrella for a minute. Now that I'm done showing off the other films, I want to talk about, and I'll just put it right here. I want to talk about how well made this film is. Because first of all, I've seen so many found footage films. And what really impressed me about this one is that instead of it being, and this is the normal, like, I guess we can call formula most of them follow, there's about 45, 50 minutes of just plain old messing around. The filmmakers are trying to be silly, they're trying to be funny, and it's just boring, to be honest. Usually. What he does here with this film is he totally changes things around, and everything that happens within like the first hour is just interesting because it all builds the mythology of this character, the man with the black umbrella. And I think, you know, that's a great thing to do, because obviously he wants to make more of these man with the black umbrella films, and he did make a post saying that he does indeed want to at least do one more. And usually in most found footage films, things don't ramp up until like the last 15, 20 minutes, sometimes even 5 minutes. And the rest of the film is boring. Well, the last 20 to 30 minutes is just like totally off the wall, off the chain, just scary, crazy stuff going on. I really don't want to spoil anything because it's best to just go in without knowing anything like I did. I had just seen the trailer and I thought, oh, this looks pretty cool. And then I ended up watching the film. I'm like, oh man, this is impressive. So this is really well worth checking out, if just this one. And then you can go back and check the other ones. So this has been my haul video on the fear footage films, or just the films of Ricky Umberger in general. And I'm really glad that I was able to get all of these on physical media. So I'm looking forward to his next films. So please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in my next video.